Peace and love, everyone. Talk to yourself. Listen, man, life is entirely too short to be sitting around worried about things that have happened or worried about things that are going to happen. The only moment that you truly have is right now. There is no next week. There is no tomorrow. There is no next month and next year and all them different things. The only time that you truly have is right now. Everything is happening right now. Whenever you say something right now, you're not just saying it in this reality, it's echoing throughout the entire cosmos, throughout the entire universe, because you are not just a human being just here in the flesh. You are a multi-dimensional being having an experience all over the universe. You honestly think you are the only version of you out there in the universe? You honestly think you are the only version of you that exists out there in the universe? Man, there are versions of you that exist out there everywhere. There's a rich version of you that's living a life and, creating and doing things like that. And that's also another version of you that's, in your mind, suffering and things like that. And the sad part is that's probably the one that you're living as right now, because truthfully, a lot of the pain and suffering that we have all comes from the mental. It all comes from the fact that we're worried about what happened yesterday. What's going to happen 5 minutes from now? Man, there is no 5 minutes from now. I've been talking for 1 minute and 25 seconds, and guess what? None of that exists anymore, because all we truly have is right now. So let's take the moment right now to just breathe, man, and just breathe in this air, man, and really appreciate the fact that we are alive, man. What's been helping me out, someone dealing with depression and things like that, it's just, first of all, really just getting outside the house. Sitting inside the house all day is depressing as hell, trust me. If you sit in the house all day, I strongly advise you start your day going sitting out in the sun and just sitting outside and just breathing in the air, breathing in the oxygen, feeling the breeze, and just understanding that, man, I'm alive right now. One thing that was, stressing me out was the fact that I would start my day, checking my cell phone, going straight to social media, not even giving my mind a chance to really, prepare for the day. And then, you go on social media, you see something you don't like, you see, or some negative energy, and I now already start my day on a negative note by, absorbing other people's drama, fights on World Star Hip Hop, and, people going back and forth about who's the best between Tupac and Biggie, and just, all this negative energy, because we don't understand that everything is vibrational, man. Everything is energy. So even as you're reading something on a sheet of paper, you still feel the words that are, that are on that sheet of paper. The sheet of paper is right there, but you still feel the words. No matter how you feel about anything that I'm saying, you feel something. But I'm not standing right there in front of you. I'm just talking through a cell phone right now, because everything is energy, man. But we spend too much of our energy in the past, worried about things that happened 5 years ago. Listen, man, all you have is right now. The things that you were stressing about in 2015 might not even be relevant in 2020, yet we still like to revisit things from the past, and then we wonder why we continue to manifest those feelings into the present. Think about it. If I asked you to think about the worst thing that's happened to you, and let's say the worst thing that happened to you happened, let's say 4 years ago. 4 years ago today, the worst thing in your life happened to you, right? Now, even though you are not 4 years ago, you're here right now, you can still take those feelings and bring them into the present, so much to the point that it'll become a part of your current reality. It'll become a part of your persona. So you're walking around holding on to these grudges and all this anger, but we're holding on to things that happened years ago, and that's what creates a lot of the emotional trauma that we deal with and things like that, man. It's time to let those things go. I'm not saying forget the past. I'm just saying understand that you can't go back and do anything about it. What's done is done. Don't worry about what you've done. Focus on what you can become. That should be the motto for everyone in 2020. It's helped me out, and I think it alleviates a lot of the fear and guilt that we have. Man, I can't listen. Man has created all this, man and women have created all this amazing technology that we have. The cell phone I'm talking on right now, all the cars and computers that we have. But one thing that man or woman and no one can create is a time machine. Like, you can go back in time and redo something. They say God can do all things. That's a lie. Because one thing God himself, herself, whatever your belief is entirely up to you. One thing God cannot do is go back in time and change anything that you've done. So if God can't do that, what makes you think you can? What? What did I just say? I said, think about it. If God can't even go back in time and change anything that you've done, what makes you think you can? None of us can, and it causes a lot of us to suffer and have pain and have a lot of emotional trauma. A lot of the pain that we feel isn't even physical. Think about it. Most of the pain that you feel right now is probably not even physical, because a lot of the pain that you feel is straight up spiritual, man. What? Think about that, man. The pain that you feel is not even physical. I said the pain that you feel is not even physical. The pain that you feel is all spiritual, man. That's why we need to get our spirits right. It's not about just getting your mind right or getting your body right. It's about getting the Holy Trinity right, mind, body, and soul, because that's the Holy Trinity of this world, man. The Holy Trinity is mind, body, and soul, energy, frequency, vibration. I mean, think about it. What's the point if you get your mind right, you read a bunch of books and all that stuff, all right, cool. But if your body ain't right, your temple ain't right, then you still ain't right. You still not aligned. You still out of alignment. Okay, cool. Now, let's say you go to the gym and you work out and you box or you train or you run. Look, I'm sick right now. Look, I'm coughing right now. I got allergies right now, but who cares? I'm out here. I'm alive. God is good. I'm alive. So what? I ain't sick. I'm healthy. Let's change that. I ain't sick. I'm healthy. I'm alive. I'm well. Let's go. Let's go and prevail. But like I said before, man, even if you get your body right, you go to the gym and you work out. Yeah, all that's cool, but what about your mind? You ain't get your mind right. What about your soul? What about your spirit? What type of seeds are you planting in your subconscious mind? Are they all worries about things that happened yesterday and in the past? Nah, man, it should be about things that are happening right now. We should start talking as if we are living the life that we currently want. Think about it, man. If you were living, let's say right now you're broke and you're poor and you're living somewhere where you really don't want to live. And let's say that your ideal reality is to live, in abundance and live in, prosperity and have money. You can visualize it, like you can literally see it in your mind. Like you can materialize it in your mind. You can visualize it. What if you were to start speaking as if you were living that ideal reality? So even though you're not currently physically, at least in this dimension, living your ideal reality, you understand that there is a version of you that exists that is living that reality. So now instead of saying, man, I'm broke and I'm poor, I'm saying, no, I'm rich and I'm wealthy. I may not look like it in this 3D physical world we live in now, but I know that another version of me, a better version of me exists right now. And a better version exists of you right now. You can call it your higher self, you can call it your spirit guide or whatever you call it, but there is a better version of you out there. We have to believe that. I tell people all the time, even if you don't believe in God, I'm not here to convert anyone. But all I'm saying is you have to believe in something greater than you if you still want to achieve something. It doesn't matter who you are, what your religious beliefs are, what you believe. If you think God is a man, God is a woman, God is this, let's leave all that at the door. All that ego, leave that at the door. We ain't here to do all that. At the end of the day, you still got to believe that there is something greater than yourself. You have to believe that there's a better version of you that exists out there somewhere. And what would that person, what would he or she be doing right now? Would he or she be sitting around just binging on Netflix all day and just watching TV shows? Matter of fact, You is an amazing show. Now, I did waste a lot of time watching that show, but that is a crazy ass show. And no, that is not no paid advertisement. I am not getting paid by Netflix. At least not yet. Manifestation, baby, 11/11. Let's go. Let's break out of hell and go straight to heaven. But like I was saying before, let's understand, man, that everything is happening right now. So speak as if. That's why it doesn't matter what your religious beliefs are. Know that there is someone out there that's greater than you. You have a higher self. You have a version of you that's living at the peak performance. And you can align yourself with that version of you right now. We all can. I'm doing it right now. Yeah, I don't have a job. I'm not employed by a company, but I'm employed by the world. That's why I'm out here in nature, out here at the park, trying to spread some love and spread some peace. That's my job. That's all of our jobs. That's why I'm never unemployed, because I always have a job. And guess who my employer is? His name is God. What? Yeah, man, all I'm saying is at the end of the day, let's start appreciating life. Let's start appreciating everything, man. I wish everyone peace and love and prosperity. Remember, if you don't have anyone to talk to yourself. At the end of the day, all you have is you, man. Make yourself great. If you don't have anyone to talk to yourself. If you don't have anyone to talk to yourself. Peace and love. Namaste. God bless.